Well, guys, we got to face it. Most of us just love bacon.
But making a BLT might not always be the healthiest choice, so we found a smarter option on recipe.com. It's a BLT salad. And WBOC Stephen Fisher joins us to help us put it together. So here's what you need for your BLT salad. You need 8 slices of bacon. We used a turkey bacon since we saw crispy bacon
earlier.
Couldn't use.
Go to turkey.
You need 4 slices of country Italian bread, 1.5 cups of cherry tomatoes, 8 cups of torn romaine. You also need some blue cheese, a cup of blue cheese, and cider vinegar, olive oil, sugar, Dijon style mustard, and salt and ground pepper. That's for the dressing. So what I'm going to do is you guys are going to toast the bread and slice the tomatoes in half.
Okay.
And then tear the bacon into 2-inch pieces.
We're starting
Can you
toasting
handle it?
now?
You're going to do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toasting now.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna work on the dressing here. All right.
Oh, this is my kind of toaster.
Yeah,
I like
that
this
is a neat
toaster.
toaster. That's awful fancy. Now, see,
That's
while we're
awesome.
talking about produce, many of us notice the price of fresh vegetables really going up.
Right.
And that's kind of pegs to your story that you're working on.
Sure. We did a story about vertical farming, and what that is out in urban environments like big cities, you don't have the space to grow and to have farms like we do here on Delmarva. But they have come up with an idea to build skyscrapers, and in those skyscrapers, they will put crops in there, and they will grow upwards, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
So take, for instance, this past summer, we had a lot of heat. It was a lot of drought. Our farmers struggled, specifically with corn. So a lot of people were seeing a difference in the corn prices. Well, if we have vertical farming where it's a controlled environment, it might just be enough to offset the price for the consumer.
We've heard about rooftop farming all this time. How's this different?
Well, rooftop farming, it's not enclosed. This would be a closed environment. It would be very controlled. Most of your products would come out very fresh, no matter if it's rainy out, stormy out, snowy out. You can still grow just about any kind of crop because it's all done indoors.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, it sounds great, but there are limits, right?
There are limits. You can't grow quite as much as you would here on a Delmarva farm. I mean, we all have seen the farms driving up Route 50 and in the Delaware. I mean, we've seen them. They're huge, but it's also quite pricey. It can be very expensive to get started, but this is something we might see down the road in 5-10 years in big cities. Right now, we don't have them quite yet, but they are coming.
And you talked to some local farmers who had some surprising answers.
Yeah, we did talk to some farmers, and we're not going to tell you quite exactly what they said. They did have an interesting outlook, as you just mentioned, but you will be able to learn more and see what they had to say about this new innovative vertical farming tonight.
All right, that's vertical farming tonight at 11 on WBOC News at 11.
I got the tomato sliced.
And bacon.
Okay, now what we're
Working
going to
with
do,
bacon.
how's our toast doing
It's
over
toasting,
there,
I
by the
think.
way? Is it still toasting?
It's hot.
Okay, well, I tell you what, why don't you go ahead and pop
Ready to go?
those babies up.
Just do it again.
Yep. I just love that toaster.
This is just cool. I like this a lot.
There you go. Okay, so what you're going to
Right,
do
here.
is on your plate, you're going to layer the toast.
Okay,
And then, Steve, why don't you put a little bit of romaine lettuce on top of that?
there we go. I got some more over here when you're ready. Whenever you eat all that, Stephen, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm right there with your toast.
Okay.
And then your tomatoes, your blue cheese, and your bacon. Put it all on there. It's like you're making a BLT sandwich.
Please forgive me. I cut tomatoes. I didn't realize you were wanting tomatoes cut.
Oh. So, Stephen, where are you from? Let's learn a little bit more about you.
I'm originally from the suburbs right outside of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Grew up a big Philadelphia sports fan. I know we probably get a bad rap. We're very passionate fans, but I do wear it proudly, and I'm not ashamed to say it. So,
Yeah.
sports have always been a big part of my life. Grew up playing all kinds of sports, and
And then you moved down here and added to your family, is that correct?
I moved down here a little over a year ago. It was last November, and it's a funny story. Went over to the Talbot Humane Society to do a story about overcrowding, and while I was there, I fell in love with this dog, and a couple months later, I had him. I adopted him.
Oh,
You
there
can
he
see
is.
him on the
What's his
screen there.
name?
His name is Simba, based on his color,
Aw.
like from The Lion King. And
Yeah.
I take him everywhere with me, whether it's snowing. We live by the Choptank River out in Cambridge. We always were walking down there. I'm sure a lot of people have seen us. So
When you're not, so that's what you're doing when you're not doing the news, right?
Yeah,
You're
taking
hanging
care
out
of
with
that
Simba.
Look at that.
Oh, he is adorable. I know, I've done the same thing. I've done stories on humane societies where they bring the dogs in and I take one home.
I know.
I think you've done it too.
Yeah, we went out there to walk dogs and came home with a couple.
All right.
I'm glad I'm not the
our-
only one then.
Our salad, I think, is complete. We're going to go ahead and put the dressing on, and I'm going to let you guys.
Okay. All right, now I'm sure hanging out with Simba is not the only thing that you do.
No. What
else you do?
Well, I like to work out. I said like to work or play sports. Always out trying to find new activities, and
Right.
I'm still trying to find somebody out in Cambridge who has a boat. I need a friend that has a boat.
You
Need a boat.
Take me out on that Chop
Need
Tank
a boat,
River. I always
okay.
see people out there. And
So if you have a boat, please contact Stephen.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think you're-
golf? You like to golf?
I do golf. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
actually taken with Brian Spiros down at a charity event we did.
Yeah.
And music is also a big part of my
What do you
life.
play?
I play the guitar. I've been playing for years, and I love classic rock music.
How about that?
Just doesn't get any better than that
All
for
right.
me.
Well, while you guys go ahead and taste the salad. I want to let everyone there are several ways you can get the shopping list and instructions on how to make this recipe. Of course, you can send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, 1729 North Salisbury Boulevard, Salisbury, Maryland 21801. You can go to our website, delmarvalife.com, or you can give us a call 443-880-9116. Make sure you let us know you want the BLT salad. So, what do you guys think?
We have enough here to make more, right?
Yes.
very
All right.
good.
You guys are
What
going to
do you
stay in the
think? Very good.
kitchen,
We'll
aren't
get back
you?
to that, yeah.
I just might.
So nice to get to know you, and thanks for joining us
Yeah,
in
thanks
the
for having me.
kitchen.
Great having you.
So we talked about farming. Now it's time to talk gardening. Orchids are so pretty, but they're very delicate. Up next on Delmarva Life, gardening expert Jenny Rosenkrantz is here to help us keep those blooms so beautiful.
A little bit later on, we're going behind the scenes of The Big Bang Theory. See what it takes to make TV's #1 comedy such a success. But first, Austin Cox Home Services is teaming up with Delmarva Life to give away one of these Rinnai tankless water heaters. It's a $3,500 value.
Now here's how you enter to win. Go to delmarvalife.com. On the left-hand side of the homepage, you'll find the contest button. Click it. That will take you directly to the Austin Cox Home Services Facebook page. All you have to do is like the page and then fill out the entry form for the tankless water heater. Good luck, everyone.